what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Dose. Now, I noticed some of you guys didn't really pay attention to my very first video where I said I'm going to try to make this series more often, but I'm not able to do it on a daily basis. And some of you guys are leaving comments like, Juice, where's the Daily Dose? I can't make it every day, guys. But hopefully one day, we will be able to have a Daily Dose Monday through Friday. That would be awesome. But anyways, I wanted to make one because a lot of shit happened over the weekend and throughout the week, and I want to talk about it. So let's jump into it! One of the biggest things that happened over the weekend was the drop of the J.K. Simmons photo as Jim Gordon. This photo right here dropped on Batman Day, and I have to say, I'm totally digging it. You know, totally Zack Snyder just dropped this, and he was like, look at this! It's another awesome photography photo of another character that is going to be in one of my movies, and this is awesome. Like, I can't wait to see more of J.K. Simmons. Like, he's such a phenomenal actor, and I think he's going to be a great Jim Gordon. Now, he's going to have a small part in Justice League. I believe there's like a description out there if you want to even like read about the scene that he was in, because it was shown to select people. They got flown out to London to actually see this scene that was being directed or filmed or whatever. I believe it had already been filmed and they were watching it. And they just talked about how, you know, J.K. Simmons was, you know, a really awesome Jim Gordon, and he was talking to the Justice League. So, can't wait to actually see him in action. So, like I said, he's gonna have a small part in Justice League, but it's just so cool to finally see our Jim Gordon that we are going to see in more Batman movies and possibly more Justice League movies, and this is awesome. Another photo hit the internet from Ironhead Studios, the people that brought you all of the badass costumes that were in BvS, and they dropped this photo of what seems to be the Flash costume from the nightmare scene. If you remember in BvS where freaking Bruce is having that crazy nightmare scene where he's in the desert, and then after he wakes up from that, he's still in another dream that it seems like, and Flash is like, Bruce, am I too soon? This photo is the armor that he was wearing in that scene. Now, of course, the helmet opens up and you actually see his face, but this was that suit in a just, you know, in its standalone form. Now, the one thing that's, you know, awesome about this photo is it also shows Cyborg's freaking suit for that nightmare scene, and we didn't see Cyborg. Cyborg was not in BvS besides the little cameo he had of the freaking, you know, mother box taking over his body. So, this Cyborg suit looks fucking awesome, and I wish we would have saw it in the nightmare scene, but, you know, I don't think they're ever going to use this now because Ironhead is not working on the rest of the Justice League movies or anything like that. It is a new studio because apparently WB were dicks and didn't want to give Ironhead Studios credit for their designs or some shit like that. That's what I've read. So that kind of blows. So we more than likely won't see this Cyborg suit in anything. So that just really sucks because it looks fucking awesome. Sticking with that topic of the Justice League, I know most of you out there have seen a lot of the parodies of the Justice League trailer, tease trailer, whatever you want to call it, but I think one of the best ones has hit the internet, and it was from Joe Blow Movie Trailers, where they did an 8-bit version of the Justice League trailer, and it is fucking glorious. Totally go check it out on their channel. It looks so awesome because it is just like pure 8-bit. They even make the music 8-bit and all the sound effects, and it's badass. Go do yourself a favor and watch this video. Moving on the last Daily Dose, we talked about how Alan Ritchson might have just confirmed that he is going to play Shazam in the Shazam movie, and that is pretty crazy, and we talked about it, and you know, some of you guys are totally for him, and you know, like I said, I think he'd be a better Booster Gold, but that awesome badass that is Boss Logic went ahead and did like a mock-up of what Alan Ritchson could look like as Shazam, and here's the photo. And he also did The Rock as, you know, freaking Black Adam, because why wouldn't he do that? Boss Logic is a badass. You guys should totally check out his Instagram if you haven't, but I will say whoever edited this photo of The Rock as Black Adam, this photo is fucking great, and if he were to look anything like that in the movie, I would totally be down. I'm gonna be there day one anyways, just unless it looks like complete shit, but this looks awesome. Like, if The Rock is gonna look like this in the movie, totally down, and this movie is going to kick so much ass. Max. Moving on from the DCEU, but sticking with WB Studios, rumor has it that the next Mad Max film might be in the works. But interestingly enough, it might be a prequel to Fury Road and might focus heavily on Furiosa's backstory or origin, which I'm totally for because Furiosa was a badass, but what does this mean for Tom Hardy and Mad Max? I mean, you're gonna call this movie Mad Max what? Origin of Furiosa? Or what is this going to be called? And how does Max fit into it? I mean, Tom Hardy has signed on for a 3-picture deal to play Mad Max. Is he going to be in this movie? Would this count as one of his 3 films? Or is this just going to be a separate movie for Charlize Theron as Furiosa? She's going to do her own thing, and then there's still going to be 2 other Mad Max films on top of that. I don't know, it's not really clear. I mean, they could do another movie with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron and just go ahead and have it like flashbacks and he learns more about her backstory, or they could just do a pure prequel just with her and then he gets his own 2 movies later. Who knows? But, you know, I'm not gonna complain about having an extra Mad Max film. Like, I would totally be down for that. And, yeah, that movie was kick-ass and I want more. Let's go ahead and jump over to the MCU. Now, many of you might be following the Spider-Man Homecoming news and everything that's coming out about it. A few weeks back, there was this big controversy. I don't think it was really a big controversy, but a lot of people were shocked because rumors were coming out that Zendaya was going to play Mary Jane. Now, a lot of people were like, fuck yeah, this is great, this is awesome. Well, that might not be the case, and it might be a curveball with these new photos that have been released onto the internet of Spider-Man swinging around with a bunch of ladies. Now, one does look like Zendaya, but who is this redhead right here that is also hanging around with our webbed friend? Could they be keeping Mary Jane a secret from us? I don't know about you guys, but I don't think anywhere has officially confirmed Zendaya as Mary Jane. Now, there were websites out there claiming that they had the exclusive rights to this and that it was 100% for sure, but if you go look at IMDb, she's still listed as Michelle. So, could we still have our white redhead Mary Jane in this upcoming Spider-Man movie? Who knows? I will say this though, I'm not even gonna be mad if they do go with the white redhead Mary Jane. Totally okay with it because I do love Mary Jane as a character. And if you want to keep her the way she looks in the comics, totally fine. If you want to make Zendaya freaking Mary Jane, I'm totally cool with that too. I keep getting her name mixed up. It's Zendaya, right? Zendaya. Sorry. The one thing I will say is if Zendaya is Michelle and not Mary Jane, I'm gonna be kind of pissed at Marvel and Disney for taking away the one Latino role that was gonna be in this movie, because I think her name is like Michelle Gonzalez or something like that. Taking away the one role of a Hispanic character or Latino character and giving it to somebody that is not of Latino origin. Before you jump on me in the comments, I do know this whole cast is a melting pot of different diverse people, like, you know, Flash Thompson, like basically this whole cast from the comic books would be white, but, you know, Disney went ahead and they were like, no, we're gonna change this race, we're gonna change this, which is awesome, that is freaking great. But if you can make the one true character that is Latino, come on, just do it. Like, we don't get too many roles. Marvel, you still haven't given me a Latino Avenger or a brown Avenger in the MCU, guys. Some of you guys jump my shit. You're like, Miss Marvel in the comics? That's the comics. They're doing a lot of shit in the comics, but in the movies, everybody's black and white. Where's my brown Avenger in the MCU? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I would be totally down with white redhead Mary Jane if that happens. I just thought I'd bring these photos to your guys' eyeballs. Moving on to the TV shows this week on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they premiered Ghost Rider, and apparently it was fucking epic and awesome, and I haven't even seen it yet. But if you don't watch that show and you're a fan of Ghost Rider, well, there you go. Go watch the damn show. I'm not caught up. I'm like 9 episodes or 8 episodes behind because I freaking stopped watching last year. So I'm trying to catch up. I'll get to Ghost Rider, and if I can, I'm going to start covering that show too, but there's no promises about that. But I heard Ghost Rider is pretty badass, so go watch it if you're totally into him. By the way, this is funny that I just talked about this. Freaking Ghost Rider is the Latino version. He's not Johnny Blaze, which is the Nicolas Cage one. No, this is the second version of Ghost Rider where he drives a car and shit, but he's Latino. So you know what? You're trying, Marvel. You're trying, but I still want freaking brown person in the fucking movies. Quickly, let's talk about this photo that the CW released of this Flash Photoshopness. I don't know why this caught my eye because it's super fucking bright. But is the Flash going to be getting a new costume in season 3? Now, this looks pretty awesome. I mean, I have always wanted Flash to have a brighter red costume because that's what he has in the comic books. I just thought it was pretty interesting to see the CW release this very bright ass photo of the Flash season 3, you know, poster. And this was awesome. And I hope that we do get a really bright Flash towards the end of the season after everything's all cleared up, or maybe if he just fucks up the timeline again after this season, he gets a new suit out of it at least. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you want the bright costume in the Flash, or are you okay with the maroon one? I want the bright red. The last thing I got for you guys is a little bit of comic book news. A lot of good things came out this week, but the only thing that you should really care about is Civil War 2. If you guys are not reading this freaking comic book, do yourself a favor and go pick it up or download it digitally, because holy crap, this is really good. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but I am Team Stark. If you're reading this, I want to know what team you're on. It's not Team Cap and Team Stark like it was in the movies or the first comic book version of this. It is Team Miss Marvel or Team Captain Marvel or Team Stark. And I am surprisingly, can't believe I'm saying it, Team Stark. So yeah, pick that up if you haven't seen it. It is an awesome series if you guys haven't read it, and I think it's only getting better. It's awesome. But that is it for the Daily Dose, guys. The one thing I do want to ask you, you know, of course, comment on any of the topics you saw in this video, but I want to ask you guys, where do you get your news sources? Hopefully, I'm not your only news source that you get all of your nerdy stuff from, but I want to ask you, and I want you to tell me in the comment sections down below, where do you get your news sources? And I'm talking about, I want to know where you get your updated movie news, your show news, and your video game news, and any other geeky kind of things, because I have my own sources, but I know some of you guys like tweet me things right away and you're just like, check this out, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even see that, and then I see it later on. But I want to know where you guys really go to get your information, because I want to start building a library of things I can check like in the mornings or something, and then be like, all right, this is cool, and then hopefully bring it over and make a better Daily Dose show, because I'll have a bunch of different sources that are pretty badass. So let me know in the comment section down below where you get all your nerdy news. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with all your nerdy buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. But as always, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!